Now, today's topic I've got for you is the strategy of silence. Why have I chosen that? That is because if you remember when I was talking to you on Friday on my live, I was getting a couple of text messages from our CEO, Ashmi Farah, and one of them is silence is a strategy. So I started looking into it a little bit more about the strategy of silence as far as business is concerned. And it really is very interesting. And we kind of know why his silence is strategic at the moment. But strategic silence in business means a deliberate decision to withhold information, ideas, or comments until the optimal time to speak up. Essentially, using silence as a calculated tool to enhance the impacts of one's voice when they finally communicate. It can be used by individuals or organizations to achieve specific goals like maximizing influence or managing a crisis by carefully controlling when and what information is released. It then goes on to give other key points, etc., some examples about it as well. Now, the interesting part about this is it's all done by design, isn't it? In my opinion, that Ashmi Farah has been silent over this period of 3-4 months now because he doesn't want anything to be leaked out. So you have to ask your question, why? Okay, that is the natural realization of why he's doing what he is. Why is he being silent at the moment? And the logical answer, if you are engaged in OnPassive, if you are on the journey of OnPassive, then you will. Dan Campbell's saying nothing happens when I click on my OES app. Let me just show you, Dan. Okay, OES app. Okay, you should see something like that. Let me just see if I can. Okay, that's what it should say. Look, and you can scroll along there. That's what I see on my OES app. And if you press the login button at the bottom, okay, it comes up with, if you remember, the login page that looks like that, but you can't get any further than that. Maybe it might need to be refreshed or something. Anyway, so going back to the strategy of silence, he's obviously decided that the best course of action so that there isn't any misinformation, there isn't any leaks, there isn't any words that he's used that have been manipulated, stretched, or untold truths from what he's said, etc. And the best course of action is, guess what? Say nothing. Okay, let the proof be in the pudding, as they say. And part of this is learning by your mistakes. Okay, that is also part of this journey of OnPassive. He mentioned it, didn't he, on Friday, that he has learned an awful lot over the course of the last 4-6 months. And this is part of the strategy, as far as I'm concerned now, is that he wants to get everything right and then release it, and it will get the desired effect. What is that desired effect? And that is to almost shock people, to bring a big wow factor to the industry. We all know now how quickly things go as far as the internet is concerned. Look at DeepSeek, for instance, when that was released by China. Within 24 hours, okay, it overtook and surpassed what ChatGPT has been doing within 24 hours. That is the power and speed of how things can change. That is how things can accelerate with the internet space now. Don't forget, people are internet savvy now. those that are online, I would imagine minimum of 70% of those people are pretty internet savvy. What do I mean by internet savvy? They know their way around a laptop. They certainly know their way around a mobile phone. They know how to access Google. They use Siri. They can get information instantly, and that means that snowball effect happens very, very quickly as far as online is concerned. This is a positive, of course. It also means that bad news travels quickly too. But as far as what we are after in OnPassive, the effect of good news and the new OES system 2.0, whatever you want to call it, that is, he wants that to hit the road, all bells and whistles going and causing a bit of a wave, and we want to ride that internet wave that is going to happen. As Gina Lever says, we will go viral. Okay, that is the intention. I'm convinced of it, of what our CEO Ashmi Farah is doing. He's staying silent, he's not saying anything, and then he's going to come out and say, right, it's ready, this is what you have to do. And part of that is because of everything that's gone on. We've had an awful lot of adversity as far as the business is concerned. So the best way to protect the business going forward is certainly to keep that strategy of silence so that you can use it to your advantage. Let people talk, let people surmise, let people have their ideas and all the rest of it, and then you come in with what you've got, and then there is the proof. Okay, it really is, for me, one of the best courses of actions that he could take, because let's face it, many people who try to defend themselves, be it right or be it wrong, end up not convincing the person they're trying to anyway. So the best course of action is to say nothing, because regardless of what you are going to say is not going to change people's opinion of what they already think. You only have to look at politics today. You know, people have got their opinion of politics, haven't they? And it's very difficult to try and change that opinion that somebody has. When somebody has an opinion of somebody or a business or of anything else like that, regardless of how much you protest it, regardless of how much you say about it, it's not going to change what they already think. So that is certainly, I believe, been his best strategy, is to say nothing. Has it been stressful for us who are on the OnPassive journey? Yeah, of course it has, because we like to see CEO Ashmi Farah. We like to have that connection with him, and that is seeing him on a regular basis. But we also like to have information. We also like to have news when we do see him. And if he hasn't got anything to tell us because there's no timings that he can give us that are set in stone, then the best course of action is for him to say nothing. Now, when we do see him, boy, do we get a good lift, a good buzz. That's for sure. We certainly get energized once again, don't we, of why we are here and why we are in OnPassive. He certainly solidifies, for me anyway, the reasons why I am still on this journey. He gets me hyped up once again in that belief of what is possible in OnPassive, you know, and this is why I love seeing this guy on a regular basis. But I also understand the strategy behind his silence. I also understand that the most important thing is to make sure that when we go live again, then we are up to speed. We certainly are good to go, and there's no setbacks. That's the most important thing. We're not going to get a second bite of this cherry at all. You know, it has to work as he's said it's going to. It has to do the things that he says it's going to do. And that really is important. And I'm sure he knows that. I'm convinced he understands all of that as well.